All right, guys, what's going on, everybody? I actually don't even know how I can start this intro since my name is different now. But as you can see, we've changed our name. We are no longer CanTreGame, at least for the next 6 months, until hopefully we get a better patch and this character stops being bottom 3, in my opinion, because I do think this patch V Ginny is bottom 3. So I've kind of been, I guess, to explain it real quick before I go into the video. Basically, the whole reason my name is this now is because I remember seeing a video on my stream running over the Jenny leaderboard, and there was a player named Jenny Bottom 2, and me and Poetry made a joke about that, and that was very funny. Like, I would joke how it was Poetry's alt account because he would constantly say that Jenny is bottom 5, and I would honestly fight with him. But this patch, I honestly do believe that she's bottom 5 and specifically bottom 3. And I thought back to that Jenny bottom 2 player, and I was talking to him, I was like, you know what? I think I'm actually going to change my name to Miss B bottom 3 this patch, since she's legitimately bottom 3 this time, and I truly believe she's bottom 3, right? So that's why I've changed my name this, and I'm going all the way. Social media, Discord, any type of platform on, we're going by Miss B bottom 3. So if you have run into me on ranked, or you see me, or just wondering why my name is changed to this, that's the lore behind it. That's the alias. We're going undercover, and this name will remain for the next 6 months until the patch notes, like I said, hopefully buffer. And if they don't, then I guess we're gonna have to rock the name a bit longer. But this name doesn't change until she gets buffed. So with that out of the way, I kind of want to get into the main point of this little video here. Again, as you can see, I hit Legendary Wolf rank. Finally, I stopped being lazy, I stopped procrastinating, and I decided to go ahead and just get the rank. So I kind of just want to talk about this rank, tell you guys the experience of what rank is like, what I did to get here, how I prepared to get here, and I'm going to show you, talk to you about what to expect in these ranks, what you need to know if you're stuck, how you can hopefully climb. Or basically, I'm just going to tell you about the experience of Legendary Wolf rank. Because the reason I think the reason I got decided to make this video is because if you're not a part of the Breakout Discord server, it's basically a server that runs tournaments for Tekken, 2XKO, and Fatal Fury. I've competed 2 times in Breakout. The second time I competed, I actually ended up getting a top 8, which I have that video on the channel where I got the top 8, and a pretty tough bracket. So basically, there was a guy in there named Garo who sent a screenshot of him getting to Diamond 5. And if you don't know about the higher ranks of Fatal Fury, basically it goes from like newcomer, I think, to Bronze Wolf, Iron Wolf, then, I don't know, silver or gold or something like that, and then you get to platinum rank after gold, then you get to diamond rank after platinum, and then from there, that's when you reach legendary wolf rank, and then you stop getting rank points and go to LR, so legendary rating is what you're seeing there, so LR is. And then the highest rank possible you can get is Garo rank, is when you reach the top 100 in the leaderboard, which is the highest accomplishment and achievement you could possibly get in this game as far as ladder goes. And that's what, for the sweatiest sweat, like that's where you see all the tournament players and stuff go, right? They're all fighting in that rank. But it kind of talks with Legendary Wolf. So yeah. But basically when he got there, he basically said he's almost there, and I kind of cautioned him. I told him to, and this is what I'm going to let you all know. And this, again, this sparked the idea for the video. I basically told him, proceed with caution, because once you cross that threshold of Diamond 5 and you actually succeed and become a Legendary Wolf player, there's no going back. You cannot go back, right? And that's the thing with Legendary Wolf. Once you hit this rank, you cannot be demoted from it. As far as I understand, at least what people told me, once you're Legendary Wolf, you're always gonna be Legendary Wolf until they reset the season and whatnot, right? So once you're here, you're here for good, which is great, right? You don't have to fear ranking down. But the reason I told them to be cautious is because though I'm gonna put it out like this, and this is my experience playing ranked. I was playing it from the very jump back before the wolf icon were a thing. We were playing when letters were a thing, you know, D rank, SSS rank, legendary wolf was always the thing, but you know. But when I started from like newcomer, and the very first season came out, it was the first I got was SS4, right? So double S4, which is like 2 ranks below the maximum rank in time, which is legendary wolf. When I climbed from each rank to each rank, so newcomer to, I think it was rookie, and then rookie to C rank, and then you went from C rank to B, B to A to S, S to SS, SS to SSS, and then SS to legendary wolf, right? The jump in power was very minimal, right? And the way I went about training or getting to each rank is that once I would hit C ranks, I would maybe stop for the day, take a week to grind, and I would fight B rank. I would do nothing but spar B rank players until I felt comfortable enough to handle B ranks, and then I would grind up to B ranks, right? Then once I got to B ranks, I would spar with nothing but A ranks. And I talked about this in my guide video when it came to the rank climb. I basically said that and things change now because it's a new patch, but I basically said to get through the C ranks, you just had to be careful. You just had to block and be patient. Learn how to safe jump. Safe jumping will carry you a lot. Get your Oki good, and always go for hard knockdowns to eliminate the factor of them rolling around and having to chase the roll. Basically, a hard knockdown. Safe jump them when you try to DP, because a lot of people in the low rank, they throw out super, the DP a lot without any regard. So as long as you can play around that and had good defense, you could win. Same thing for B rank, if to tighten it up and so forth. A rank had a little bit of definite difficulty spike. You were fighting players who knew how to combo, who knew how to anti-air at least, who knew how to do a lot. These are the people that are doing the big damage combos and so forth, right? And then, then I would say S rank is that, but way more polished. There's more mastery to it. SS rank is like even more masterful. Then SSS is where it's like tournament player status. You have to be on your P's and Q's, right? So yeah, but in all those situations, at least for this patch, we'll go to the wolves, right? I would say from newcomer to platinum and so forth, it's kind of the same thing as like newcomer to A rank. The difficulty and the skill between the player gap is not super large, right? It's a slight bump in power level between each like tier of rank, where you might have to, let's say if you're going from like newcomer to, at least newcomer to gold, you're gonna have to have your game played down. You're gonna have to be able to use your frame traps good. You have to be able to hit your combos without dropping. You need to be able to anti-air when your opponent jumps. You need to at least learn how to just defend and just defend cancel, if anything. You need to get the basics down to a decent degree, or well enough to where you can execute these type of things in a real match. And it also would help you a lot if you would start knowing how to deal with red blow, because I know a lot of new people hate red blow. I hate red blow. And I play the character who had the most annoying red blow in the game. I hate my character's red blow myself. It's so annoying to fight against it because it's so quick. But at this point, like if you really want to rank up in the lower ranks, you're going to have to know, like I said, to anti-air, start reacting to red blow, get your pressure down, hit your combos, trying to drop as much. Your execution needs to be really good, right? And your defense needs to be good. Defense will carry the first in this game, and so forth, right? You need to have those things to a decent degree, right? Like I said, execute a real match. Now, platinum is where I find most people get stuck, because like I said, platinum would be like the A ranks of the very first season, where people know what they're doing at least. They can hit you just as hard as you can hit them. They can anti-air just as good as you, but there's still gaps in their game plan. Like usually if you can pressure them or put them in uncomfortable situations, they'll kind of crumble. You can win there, right? So Diamond rank is like platinum rank perfected. These players here, they're still, you might be finding people from platinum rank who are still trying to get their footing in the diamond rank, and it's like a little bit tougher for them because they're not used to fighting diamond rank players. But basically, a diamond rank player is kind of a platinum rank player, but more masterful. These are the type of players in diamond rank, and I've kind of been in diamond for a while, right? Just because I was simply lazy. But when I did play through diamond rank when I was climbing the legendary wolf, right? At least for me, and I'm not gonna, I'm not bragging or anything here, but I'm just giving my honest perception of the rank for me at least, because I had a lot of experience and I kind of spent a lot of time labbing the game. I was able to go to diamond rank with no issue. At least for me, platinum rank was a breeze. I didn't drop a single game in platinum. Diamond rank, I ended up getting a 25 win streak when I, started labbing. I safed out my opponents a lot. I baited them a lot, and just defend, cancel, reacted to red blows, anti-aired on point when they jumped, throw a couple fireballs, bait them to jump, fake it, fake the fireball to get them to jump and DP the jump, stuff like that. But these diamond rank players, they're a lot tougher. They're a bit tougher than the platinum rank players. Not that much. Like I said, these diamond rank players, they are really good at anti-airing you. They will shoot fireballs to get you to jump, but then they may fake the fireball to try to bait you to jump in and DP you. These diamond rank players know safe jump. These diamond rank players start teching your grabs more. They're going to start backdashing your grabs and whatnot. But yeah, you'll start to see that they start playing neutral a whole lot better. They might start safe jumping you more. Their pressure is going to be very strong. Diamond rank can definitely be tough. I've taken a couple losses in diamond rank, but even then it wasn't like I had before this season reset and season 2 came, I literally had a 86% win rate with a 25% win streak. I got from diamond all the way to diamond 4, and then I just stopped playing the game because I wanted to play other stuff, and I was waiting for season 2 to happen, right? So now we hit legendary rank, and I know it took a while for us to get here because I kind of had to try to break down all of that to get to this point here. Now we get legendary wolf rank, right? Remember how I said that between each lower rank up to this point, the difficulty spike in player skill is kind of noticeable, but not too hard. Like you can kind of get there if you just tighten up on certain aspects of your game. Maybe it's your defense, maybe it's your offense, maybe it's safe jumping, maybe it's baiting, maybe it's anti-airing. If you can just tighten up at least in a few areas of your gameplay there, you can make it to diamond at least, right? As long as you know how to pressure, keep your combos going, don't drop too much. You can get to diamond, right? The difficulty between each of those lower ranks isn't that hard, right? And remember how I said the rank has been a pretty easy grind up to this point? Like, diamond, I didn't struggle to that win streak, right? Well, if you are a diamond player and you've reached legendary wolf, right? I will tell you this, and this is why I cautioned the guy in Discord. This rank is the rank. And what I mean by the rank, what I mean is diamond rank to legendary wolf rank, the gap is tremendous. This is going to be the first time where from rank to rank, the gap is huge. The gap is huge. Remember, 25 win streak last season, and I'll get into more reason why this might be the case. So I also talked to somebody else who's a legendary wolf player, and he said the gap wasn't that huge for him. But at the same time, the character he's playing got buffed, and his gameplay didn't really change, whereas I think Jenny got hit extremely hard this patch. And for me personally, I'm still trying to pick up the pieces, so that also played a factor in this. But I'm not going to let it deter me from saying what I got to say here, because I still think this holds true, even if I may be worse for the character now, and I'm still having to figure out how to pilot her now, because I do feel like I'm worse with the character now. I don't think at my current skill level with her, I can play in a tournament and do good. That's how big these changes were to her in the negative direction. Because you guys know, I think she got nerfed this patch bottom 3, Miss B bottom 3. So yeah, I'm still struggling, but I'm going to work on that, right? But that's beside the point. The gap is huge, okay? And basically what I told him in Discord is, from Diamond to Legendary Wolf, the first piece of advice I can give you, and this is exactly what I told him. If you had any type of gimmicks in your gameplay, so if you were fighting and ranking up because of gimmicks, or because your character was just carrying you, if you were just red blowing a lot and that was getting you wins, if you were just doing unawesome stuff that got you the win, or maybe if you were just, for me, at least when I was streaming it on the weekend, right? I held a 10 win streak in Diamond before I got Legendary Wolf. I held a 10 win streak simply by just jab, golf tomahawking over my opponent, crossing them up, jabbing, doing a low golf tomahawk, going in front of the faith, and just jabbing them and then spamming golf tomahawk. I just kept jabbing and breaking, literally canceling it. And my opponent didn't know how to cross up guard or rev guard, so I was literally just gimmicking them the whole time. And it was fake as hell. You could literally jabber out of it, jump out of it, but that got me by, 10 win streak. That's my gimmick. You cannot do that in Legendary Wolf rank. You can't. No, that will not work. Your opponent will shut that down really quick. If you get up here with a gimmick, your ass is going to be dropping points fast. I'm telling you that right now. That's the first time I told him. I said you can take any gimmicks you have and throw that shit out the window. I said it just like that. Throw it out of the window. If you come up here trying to gimmick the opponents in these ranks, they're going to pick your points clean. This is the advice that I gave him, right? Now, and I'm going to compare Diamond and Legendary Wolf so you guys can get an idea. In Diamond, if your defense is good, first of all, if you want to rank up in Diamond, let me start there. I know most people sit here. You need to be able to just defend. You need to. You cannot get to Diamond rank and hope to rank up if you're not just defending. You need to just defend. You need to be able to just defend cancel. Your anti-airs need to be really good at this point. Your combo optimization needs to be on point. You need to be really good at saving your rev bar and managing your rev bar. And this is a weakness I have because I still overheat. Poetry jokes about this. Hey, whenever someone overheat, he says they pull a trade because I overheat all the time. And that is a weakness that will be exploited, right? But you may be able to get away with doing that in Diamond ranks. You can't do it in Legendary Wolf. You cannot. If you overheat up here, it is literally going to be death. Like, they will guard break the shit out of you, and you will eat a fat combo into Oki or a safe jump, and you will die. Like, it only really takes a couple mistakes Legendary Wolf rank. Like, that's another thing I told the guy. You can't make a single mistake up here. If you make one mistake, if you give your opponent an inch, they will take your points. I didn't say a mile. Notice I didn't say a mile, right? If you give someone an inch, they can usually get a fat lead on you, take a lot of health on you if you just make one mistake, right? No. One mistake over here can literally mean a 2-0 and you losing points without getting anything. Yeah, it's that brutal up here. It's that brutal. Maybe in Diamond they could take a mile. Maybe one mistake will lead to 40% of your life. You may get a chance. Not up here. That shit can put you into a blender that can end your life. You cannot afford that up here. You have to play damn near perfect. Your reads need to be perfect, right? But back to Diamond rank. I'm still comparing. Like I said, anti-air needs to be on point, just need to be on point, pressure needs to be on point, combo need to be optimized, can't really afford to drop a lot of stuff. You need to be reacting to red blow in Diamond rank. You must. People are still red blow merchants in Diamond rank. They will red blow the shit out of you. So you need to be reacting to red blow with your own red blow, or you need to be baiting it, or you need to be high dodging that shit. Don't be getting hit by random red blows and trying to make it to Legendary Wolf rank. It may work, but once you hit Legendary Wolf rank, it's all gonna crumble, right? But for Legendary Wolf rank, here's what I told him. Like, outside of throw the gimmick away. If you really want to survive in this rank up here, first of all, you need to do this to get to this rank, but let alone survive when you do get to this rank. Your defense needs to be top notch. What I mean, you need to be damn near a master at just defending stuff, damn near a master at guard canceling. You need to have some type of mastery over Rev Guard so that you can get wild punishes in situations where you normally couldn't normal blocking. You need to be really good at hyper defending up here, which is something I am not good at. And it's getting me killed, actually. You need to be able to hyper defend. You have to have a mastery on your just defend. You gotta be able to Rev Guard situations. Anti-airs, that needs to be a priority. You must anti-air. And if you're gonna jump and risk getting anti-air this patch, or in Legendary Wolf, you need to be able to air just defend. You must. You cannot, if you're gonna jump with Legendary Wolf rank, you better be comfortable air just defending. Otherwise, they're going to tear you apart. They will not only DP break you for jumping, they might even run under you. They might side switch you and cross you up for jumping. It gets that bad up here. You need to have a mastery over neutral. So what I mean there, you need to be able to play the mid-range really good. If your character sucks at mid-range or long-range, which I think Jenny does, Jenny is a close-range character. So if your character isn't good at mid-range or long-range, you need to be comfortable enough. You need to be comfortable enough with your character and have a game plan already established in mind to get in, to bypass the weakness and get to the range your character needs to be good at. So if your character is strong at close range, you need to be comfortable getting to that range. So if you're fighting a Hoku or a Hotaru and they're just zoning the shit out of you and your character struggles with that, tough shit. you better be able to get past that and get to the range that your character excels at. Whether that means you get just defend fireballs until you get an opportunity to get in, whatever it takes, you need to do it. Needs to be done. If you are like a player who, let's say, boot up against you load in and your character sucks against Hokutomaru or Hotaru, for example, or maybe Billy, because I know a lot of people struggle against Billy because they just can't get past his staff, right? If you see these type of characters, you just auto lose because you know you can't beat them. You're not going to survive in Legendary Wolf rank. You can give up now, and I know that sounds disingenuous for me to say, but I'm being so real. You need to, if you're not able to boot up this game and it gets to the loading screen and you see that type of character there, and you're not thinking in your head, okay, I know this character sucks, but I know as long as I do this or wait for this opportunity, or if I just defend here, I can get to the range I need to be, and then be able to win the game from there. If you don't even have that into the loaded screen, if your mindset is, damn, it's this character, I just lose because I can't do this or that, you're not going to survive up here. You're not. You need to be a strong enough player at this point to be able to realize that your character had this weakness here, but you also need to have a game plan to deal with that weakness. Like, it shouldn't, when you reach Legendary Wolf rank, you need to be past the point of this character on the screen, I can't win. You must get past that point. You need to be confident enough to see any character on the screen and realize that you can still fight them. If you can do that, that'll be a start, right? But I was talking about neutral because I got off track. As far as neutral goes, not only do you need to be able to pressure good, Oki is basically gone without super or rev blow or command grab. So you need to be really good at tech trapping or being able to OS to roll. If your opponent likes to roll a lot, you need to be able to catch that, basically. When you knock your opponent down, you know how to keep pressure. You need to be at least maybe have a safe number 2 or find some type of way, things that your character can do to lock your opponent down to the ground and keep your offense going and stuff like that. That's what I mean by playing neutral. Like, if your character is held at fireballing, like, you know, Hotaru, for example, because she got them on a lot when it comes to really good fireballs, and that works, you need to be good at doing that. If your opponent's really good at just defending it or jumping, you need to be able to, you know, anti-air and so forth. Your neutral needs to be really good. Defense, like I said, defense, high defense needs to be top notch. And the reason I tell you guys that all these things need to be top notch is because the people you're fighting, they are top notch. Like, every single person I fought in Legendary Wolf, I fought 3 people. They have been really good at just defending DP breaking. They have been really good at neutral and rush down. They've been really good at shimmying. They've been really good at applying that pressure. They've been really good at punishing you for trying to roll and mash. They've been really good at doing cross-up setups if you forget to rev guard, or if you're not good at cross-up JDing. They've been really good at taking advantage of that. And that's what I mean. If you have a crack in your armor at all in these ranks, the opponents up here will smell that and abuse the fuck out of it. and it's going to suck. Those type of things don't really exist in Diamond rank. Like, you may fight a tough opponent and think it's in the world, but I promise you it's nothing compared to Legendary Wolf rank. So, to basically round it all up, mastery of defensive mechanics and defense in general, mastery of a neutral. You need to have some type of knowledge or ball game of every single matchup in this game, or at least a character or two, especially the characters you're weak to. Like, for example, at the Jinny main, I would tell you straight up, the Hotaru matchup is ass. Hotaru beat the shit out of Jinny. Hokutomaru is a terrible matchup for this character. Hokutomaru bullies this character. She runs away. I think Billy is also a rough matchup, and yada, 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 right? But just some examples. But because I know that that's a weakness for this character, those are going to be like, oh, and I think Rock is a big one too. I think she struggled against Rock, and Rock is super popular as patch after his buffs. So, like, those four in particular are going to be the character that I lab the most and try to figure out how to fight. Because the last thing, like I said earlier, the last thing you want is to match up against a character that your character sucks against and then just be free pickings. Like, again, we have to be past that point. We have to have some type of game plan against our weaknesses, as well as the character that our character actually wins against, to be able to survive up here and climb here. Right? That's the type of mindset you need to have up here now. So if you aren't comfortable, especially with your defense, if you're not comfortable with things, it's going to be a very tough time up here. In fact, and I talked to another guy in Discord about this. I told him, like, I definitely noticed a difference in difficulty up here. Now, mind you, I've played in tournament. I think I played it, not that many. I'm a tournament player, but I hardly play in tournaments because I rather run sets of people until I feel comfortable enough. And in the breakout tournament, I was fighting people like, Alex Smith and other players who are really strong players, right? Legendary Wolf players already. And I was able to hold my own against them, right? So I have experience fighting these types of players, right? At least season 1 when I felt comfortable with the patch. But so it's not Legendary Wolf, the experience of Legendary Wolf or fighting Legendary Wolf players, the people who play like that isn't new to me, but it's going to be very interesting when I actually told him this too, because I told him in Discord I have experience with the type of stuff, but Legendary Wolf rank is actually the first time ever playing this game. Remember, 25 win streak Jinny, right? I play in tournament, I fight Legendary Wolf players, right? And yet this is the first time ever playing this game, ever, as long as it's been out, ever, that I have actually felt outclassed. Actually, I do feel like I'm outclassed here. Mainly, again, because Jinny nerfs and changes and season 2 stuff, so I gotta remaster the character again, right? So that's one thing. But the level of competition up here is different. Like, you're not fighting your average online player anymore when you hit Legendary Wolf rank. Legendary Wolf rank, this is where the tournament players live. This is where it's feast or famine, right? This is where the sharks are out for blood. You're fighting people who compete in tournament, people who grind this game constantly, lab 24/7, people who play in tournaments every single day. This is the type of competition that's up in this rank. So that is why I say everything I listed, you need to be a master at that to some degree, if not completely. Because I'm not playing around. They're not playing up here. They're not playing up here. So that's kind of all I wanted to say. I just wanted to give you guys the mindset of what you're going to be getting into, because I know everybody wants to hit this rank, and most people hit the rank, they don't touch it again, they play another character, and that's fine. But if you're actually planning to climb in Legendary Wolf rank, those are the things you need to know. That because the people, everything I said, that's the type of players you're dealing with. It was not a fun experience. Does that mean I'm not going to adapt to this rank? No, I'm definitely going to labbing, studying, changing my game plan, approach. Like, I've already identified a couple of my weaknesses. Like I said, the main thing I was doing with Jinny to thrive last patch was I was safe jumping a lot, taking advantage of a lot of set play, overhead meaties, which you cannot do anymore because the knockdown changes are different. Her frame data changed a lot of stuff, just the added pushback. So I'm not only having to recalculate and readjust my approach of how I go about applying pressure and fighting neutral and winning neutral, I'm also having to learn how to deal with tech rolls and stuff Because tech rolls is nothing I ever had to deal with because I had hard knockdown into safe jumps or overhead media. They're 50-50 situations, right? So this is new to me. This is partly the reason why I'm finding it very hard to deal with a lot of opponents fighting up here because my old style of gameplay is basically gone. I can't set play anymore as much as I would like to. I'm having to play more of a neutral style of gameplay now. So I'm taking time to learn how to do that. But I kind of just wanted to share that with you guys. Now that I'm in this rank, I can kind of grasp it. It's definitely, like I said, to prepare and get to this rank, I spent a lot of time sparring Legendary Wolf players. And I can tell you that sparring with Legendary Wolf players, depending on the level of their skill, it's a lot different than fighting in the actual rank, because you can fight a Legendary Wolf player and they might get you prepared, right? But it's one thing to fight a Legendary Wolf player and the different thing to actually queue up and match up against Danielle Maza or Dark Angel, you know? Like, because you can run into them once you hit this rank. And it's like, oh, you might run into a super Grinyass, you know? You weren't prepared for that. So it gets real. It gets really real when you hit this rank. There's no more games to be played. Your gameplay needs to be ironed out. Now, the upside to being in this rank, and this is what I told him too, is if you are actually able to fight in these ranks somewhat comfortably, if you can hold your own, you can hold your win streak, then at that point, that's how you know you become a strong player. Like, this rank will show you if you belong here or if you got carried here. That's what I told him that too. I said, this rank will literally tell you if you belong to be in here or if you're carried here. If you can be in Legendary Wolf rank and kick ass, you are definitely a strong player. That means your neutral is grounded. You have really good defense to a degree. You can hybrid defend. You can just defend. You can at least do some of the things extremely good if you can kick ass at these ranks. Or if anything, it'll show you that you know matchups. Maybe you're really good at dealing with rocks pressure. Maybe you know the gas. Maybe you know when to interrupt. Maybe you know when to mash. You know, maybe you're really good at adapting to situations really quickly. Maybe you are very good at outplaying your opponent and thinking 3 steps ahead of them. You know, maybe you're really good at reading your opponent. You know, this rank will show you all of those things. Like, you will have at least some of those traits at a very high level if you can get up here and kick ass in this rank. But the training wheels come off here, baby. There will be no more carrying. You will not be carried when you hit this rank. I've talked to people who hit this rank. People tell me they had an off day. They get annoyed. I be in so sick Nash fans chat all the time, right? I'm always there. I lurk. If you are anywhere on Twitch, you usually find me in chat, right? And even he said one of these days he had a rough time and he actually raged in this rank. Give you an idea. He is a very strong player. He is the SWC qualifier. Made the SWC, fought for the 1.5 mil, and he had a rough time in his rank. So let that sink in. I tell you all this, but the kindness of my heart, right, to prepare you and let you know exactly what you're getting into if you try to climb this rank. It's no joke. Okay? Now, the recommendation I give you guys, because this is how I prepare for these ranks, at least, the training I did, which helped me get a very big jump starter rank and keep a very high record up to this point anyway, because you can see my win rate now, at least season 2, it's the 55%. Like, I'm damn near negative. I'm barely positive, right? And I usually hold 80% win rate, so that should give you an idea of how tough this rank can be. But what I recommend is, like I said, fight Legend, and this can go for any rank, right? You can take this advice if you're a newcomer. If you have access to someone with a Legendary Wolf rank or at least a Diamond rank, you should fight them. You should spar with those players. Spar with as many as you can. Legendary Wolf rank is obviously preferred. If you can get a Garo rank, that's even better, right? Fight the highest ranked player possible and just spar them over and over and over. Take advice, take pointers, ask questions, have somebody teach you. You know, just keep running those sets. This is what I did all the time. I would spend 5 hours, or usually when I get a set, most of my days spend 5 hours or so just fighting a bunch of different people who I knew were really strong, over and over, improving, then watching my replays after, seeing what I could do better, and taking advice from them, basically coaching me after each set, and I would keep fighting until I got better and better and better and better and better and better, right? If you want to reach Legendary Wolf rank, I would do that. That's probably the best advice I can actually give you. And this is exactly what I told the other guy. Unfortunately, when I gave him that advice, he was wondering if I could fight him to help him train. And I unfortunately had to turn it down because, like I said, my Jenny is washed right now. Like, these changes really hurt me, and it hurt that not only hurt the character, but also hurt how I played her. And so I basically told him I'm having to learn the character from scratch and readjust and basically pick up the pieces until I can get her good. But when I do get her to level where I feel like she's ready to be played in tournament again, then I will definitely run the sets with him. But, and that kind of goes right to me. I feel like some people ask me to run sets. I'm just, now is not a good time. My Chinny sucks, all right? But when I get there, you know, holler, hit me up. I will always love sets. I usually run sets with everybody anyway. So, and I've been told that I'm a pretty good coach or a pretty good teacher. At least I know one of the guys I taught who played Jenny, I would teach him stuff in Discord, and he's a legendary Wolf rank player now. So, you know, I think I'm a pretty good teacher. But not now. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I could teach you, but I don't know what I'm doing my damn self right now. But that's kind of all I wanted to say for this video. I know it's kind of rambling, no script and all, but that's kind of what I wanted to say. I felt like this topic is really important that I'm here. Because we're all about helping the community grow, right? I do, one thing that makes me very happy is seeing players grow, especially if it's somebody who I was teaching. I love seeing people who are new to the game or really want to learn and actually be able to help them and seeing them climb. Like seeing the person that I was basically teaching and training get to legendary wolf rank. It was a very joyous experience. It made me very proud. I felt very accomplished, and I was very proud of them for getting to the rank that they did after teaching. So I love seeing people thrive. I will never gatekeep or hide anything from people. Some people just fight me to learn the Jenny matchup. I'm like, sure, I'll help you fight the character. I'll teach you how to fight the character and what some of her weaknesses are. I don't have a problem with that. I love it, basically. So if the people in the community get better, it only makes me better, right? And then hopefully maybe I can go from getting top 8 and breakout to actually winning breakout, you know? But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I don't know when I'll be streaming again or making another video. I will upload the video of when I got Thunder Wolf rank. I will show you I will show you most of the fights that I took to get here, and I may even show some of the fights I had in Legendary Wolf rank so you guys can see how it went for me. But that video will be up soon. So I love you guys. Obviously, I'll see you when I see you. But until then, I'm heading out, guys. Peace out.